Oh my god, oh my god, oh my goodness, 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 oh my goodness. Sierra Blue.
Oh my god.
Sierra Blue! Holy sh!
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boys, Frogan Reactions here, back with another video.
Yes.
And today we are going to talk about what is different in the iPhone 13, because it's the same crap. Let's go and see how much is the iPhone 13 for the same crap. Let's go.
It was an intense event. Let's just get right into this. September event. First we got brand new iPad 9th generation, no physical design changes. The usual yearly refresh with a new chip and a little bit better display camera, big deal. The next thing was the brand new redesigned iPad mini. This was pretty cool. I think this actually took the whole show. We weren't expecting this. We were expecting this in like October, but it's basically same design as the iPad Pro, iPad mini, so that size, you get Touch ID on the power button, all that jazz, new colors, everything, we'll go right into that. Then you got the Apple Watch Series 7, which I'm going to tell you right now, that looks exactly like the Series 6, right? Does it look any different?
No.
Does anything new? No.
No.
Exactly. Big controversy. I'm going to share my thoughts about what happened and how Apple messed this up. I'll explain it after when we get to it. Then we have iPhone 13.
Basically nothing. Your new superpower. Yeah, that's what you said last phone. iPhone 13 Pro, basically the same phone from last year.
That's it.
That's it? Okay.
So,
now first, prices. Here we are.
First, we're going to start off
What's
with...
a controversy?
So yes, okay, let's start off with the watch. Let's go right into the nitty-gritty. If we look at, I have an image of a Series 7 on the right and a Series 6 on the left. And as you can see here, if you look at the Series 6 and then you look at the Series 7,
There's no difference.
they're literally the same thing.
What's the difference?
The only thing I noticed is a little bit of a different speaker grill.
But so basically, Apple has turned a full 180, basically scamming every person that's buying this.
I can
phone.
assure you, skip the Series 7. A lot of people were excited for a redesign of the Series 7. We discussed it in our last episode. It was supposed to have flat edges. Remember? It was going to have flat edges. It was going to be a beautiful design. What's going on with the Series 7? So this is my take. Basically, about maybe 2 weeks before the event, so in end of August, there were reports that the Series 7 was seeing production quality issues when they were mass producing these watches before the event. And it was going to be delayed until like October, this watch. So we were all speculating maybe they'll announce it and then they won't be available till later this fall, and we weren't sure what's going to happen. The event comes around. 1 week before the event, news comes up that the production quality issues that they were having in mass production got resolved, mysteriously resolved, and it was on track.
Yeah, basically they're selling. Basically they're
But
selling.
that's interesting. It was having issues and now it's resolved. Here's the funny part. What gets revealed at the event? The exact same chassis as the Series 6.
Basically what they did is basically take the Apple Watch Series 6, call it an Apple Watch Series 7 to make you think that it is different, pre-order it, and now you guys should get your money back because this
Please don't buy this watch.
Please
I'm an Apple fan telling you, wait till next year. If you want to watch, please. Basically what I think happened is they were facing these, they're doing a brand new design to the watch chassis, and they faced production quality issues, and they were trying to resolve it, and they were having issues, and they just couldn't get around it. They didn't have enough time. There was like 2 or 3 weeks.
And don't release an Apple Watch. How
They
about that?
had the event recorded to release. They had recorded the event a month in advance, and it was, in the event was supposed to be a flat-edged watch. But last minute, they ran into these issues. They decided last minute, we can't do the flat-edge design. It's not working in production. We need more time to figure this out. So we're gonna have to save that design for the Series 8. So let's use the same chassis as last year's Series 6 because we can produce that. and that's why a week later the production quality issues were resolved. Probably because they scrapped the flat edge design entirely and moved straight to this. They had to re-record the Apple Watch segment part of the event.
So basically there's nothing different. Go save your money. Go do something else. Buy something else.
Literally the only difference is there's not even any health features. The only difference that you notice is the screen is a little bit larger. So on the Series 6, it's a little bit, that's actually a good example. It doesn't go right to the edge, there's a little bit of a gap. Here it goes right to the edge, but that's literally the only difference. It's not worth it.
Yeah, this is not worth the time. Let's go to another thing. What's next?
Next we can check out, the watch is the same price as last year. I believe it's $529.
$529. So if you're willing to spend $529 on the same Apple Watch, you do it.
Then we got the iPad, which is $429 for the refreshed iPad. They do the same thing every year. They basically use the same design, but just refresh the iPad.
So basically,
the iPad, I mean,
there's no different. It's $429. So if you're willing to spend $500, go ahead. I'm not stopping.
If you're gonna spend $500 on an iPad, you might as well consider the iPad mini if you need a bigger screen, the iPad Air, because they have refreshed designs. Starts at $649. It comes in 4 colors: space gray, pink, purple, and starlight. Starts at 64 gigs and goes up to 256.
Stupid.
Literally the same design as the iPad Pro, iPad Air. The iPad Air has Touch ID, so does the iPad mini. It has the full 4 speakers array, 8.3-inch liquid retina display. It's packing Apple's new A15 Bionic chip from this year, which is probably why there's an increased price, because the iPad Air would probably, I think it's packing the A13 or A14. This also has center stage, which the iPad Air doesn't, which I find interesting. It's basically what happens is the camera will like move to, when you're on a FaceTime call or a Zoom call, it'll move. If someone else walks into the frame, it'll widen the shot so more people are encompassed. Now let's get into the most anticipated launch of the event.
Here we go. iPhone 13.
Basically,
Okay.
we got their lineup of phones. So you don't see the 11 here, but they're selling the 11, which I still find interesting, and the 12. They're selling the 12 and the 13, 13 Pro, and SE. I'm surprised they're keeping the 12 in the line.
Okay. So basically, the 12, $799.
Canadian.
$799 Canadian, happily spending $700 on a phone that's basically the same. And then 13 to no changes whatsoever, just a new chip. Ooh, new chip. Basically, you're spending an upward of $950. And for the Pro, with an extra camera, oh my god, it's great, right? $1,400. $1,400 for basically the same phone from last year.
Let's just go right into the details.
Okay, let's see.
I'll just do it from here. Basically, the cameras got bigger.
Oh,
Much
really?
bigger. I don't know if you can tell.
Really?
But first, we're gonna go from iPhone 12 and iPhone 13.
Okay.
We got the new cinematic mode, which basically, this was, a lot of people were fascinated by this. It's basically, if I'm here, and it basically adds a blur to the rest of the video, and it just focuses on my face. And then if I look to Logan, it focuses on him and unfocuses me.
I don't see.
Then when I look back, it focuses on me and off of him.
Okay.
So it's, instead of just it basically goes a wider aperture.
For the
It
same
starts at 128.
Oh,
64.
oh, okay. Ooh, okay. There we go. What else?
The displays, the only difference in the display is it has 800 nits of brightness versus 625, which is not that big.
200 nits of brightness. Wow. Okay. Next.
Obviously, we know the cameras got bigger, but between the 12 and 13, I have to say, there's
no difference
whatsoever.
Exactly.
Other
Thank
than
you
one
so
thing.
much.
Actually, sorry. The 12 has optical image stabilization. The 13 has sensor shift optical image stabilization, which is basically, last year they only did this on one lens, which was I think the wide angle lens on the 12 Pro. This year they brought it to all the models. It's basically, instead of the actual lens itself moving around to stabilize your video, it uses the sensor to move around and stabilize your video, which makes it even more stabilized. So they did that on all the lenses. That's why they had to put the camera on an angle and make it bigger because the sensor on itself moves instead of the lens. Cinematic video, that's all the same.
That's all the
same. The stabilization was big there.
They basically recapped the whole thing. Look, nothing different, nothing different, nothing different.
Photographic styles. And then the one other thing, which is the notch got 20% smaller versus last year. It got a little bit smaller because they moved the speaker group.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you my opinion. If you have the iPhone 12, please don't upgrade to the 13. Wait to the 14. I beg you. If you have an 11, you really don't. You still don't need to upgrade to the 13. You can wait for the 14. Anything before the 11, it's fair. It's fair. It's like if I put here, like my 10R for example, there's a lot of differences here, but that's like going from a 3-year-old phone upgrade. That's different. And anything, if you have an 11 or higher, don't upgrade. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
If you have anything less, you can consider it. Or you can wait till next year.
Yeah. Wait till next year. Don't buy this phone.
Next year we'll have quite a significant update. They're going to basically bring back the design, retro design of the iPhone 4 and make it into a new phone. Eliminate the notch completely. We went through it in our video of leaks. So anyways, then we'll compare the 12 Pro to the 13 Pro.
Basically.
So here it's more visible. You can tell the camera's got way bigger. It's pretty noticeable. The notch, same thing. On the 13 Pro, you're getting one extra lens versus the 13. The 12 Pro, the difference is you don't get cinematic mode, which is not that big of a deal. You get 6 times the optical zoom range versus 4 times on the 12 Pro. You got new chip, you got way better battery life, I must say. Storage starts at 128, but the Pros have always started at 128. They do introduce now a 1TB model, which, unless you're recording like constant 4K footage, I don't see why you would need a terabyte. I have 64. 64 sucks. I don't like 64. I would definitely go for 128. That's why they're giving this standard of 128 now. But that's what I would go for. We also got, this, for some people who are crazy display fanatics and ProMotion fanatics, they will upgrade just for this one sole feature, and it's ProMotion 120Hz refresh rates. To me, in my opinion, it's nice to have 120Hz, but I don't see the benefit of upgrading from the 12 Pro to the 13 Pro just for 120Hz. I would still wait it out. It's not. I am more into the camera features of the phone than the display, but it depends on who you are. I know some people on YouTubers who freaked out when they saw that ProMotion. They were praying that they were on their knees that ProMotion was going to happen. And when they announced it, they yelled at the top of their lungs and they instantly ordered it.
Whatever. It's their money.
It's their money. We also got, we already went through the new chip. The cameras, like I said, between the 12 Pro and 13 Pro got a new upgrade. You got wider apertures on the telephoto. You got wide. And so basically the telephoto went from 2.0 to 2.8, the wide went from 1.6 to 1.5, and the ultra wide went from 2.4 to 1.8. You got your Pro RAW, you got sensor shift optical image stabilization, or otherwise known as sensor shift OIS. Instead of having 2 optical zoom in, 2 optical zoom out, and 4 optical zoom range, you get 3 optical zoom in, 2 optical zoom out, 6 optical zoom range. So it's just a little more zoom. That's all. Photographic styles on the 13 Pro, it just basically adds filters. It's not necessarily a hardware thing. ProRes, you already know about that. You can go up to 4K, 30 frames per second. But, an interesting thing they did not mention, if you buy the 128 base model, you cannot record 4K ProRes video. You can only record 1080p. You're limited in software to 1080p. Your phone could technically do it, but they limit you to 1080p for one reason. You bought 128 gigs of storage. If you buy 256, 512, or now they introduced 1 terabyte because of ProRes, ProRes eats up your storage. It eats up your storage. It's like 1 minute of 1080p ProRes video at 30 FPS requires about 1 gig So if we're recording a normal YouTube video, say 15-minute YouTube video, at ProRes in 4K, if it's 6 to 8 gigabytes per minute of 4K, we're gonna be at like over 30 gigs of video. Right now I'm at like 5-ish gigabytes of video at 4K normal. ProRes, you're going to over 30. That's why they limit you to not have the 128, to not be able, because it takes a crazy amount of storage. The front camera also has cinematic mode and ProRes. To sum it all up, camera, smaller notch, ProMotion, better battery life. If those 4 things, one of those 4 things sell you, be my guest.
Yeah.
Buy the phone, but I'm not forcing you.
I'm not.
And the only thing, well, I love the cameras, but I really must say I love this color, Sierra Blue. We actually forgot to go over the colors of the phones. This year, they have on the 12, Starlight, Midnight, Blue, Pink, and Red. And in the 13 Pro, you got Sierra Blue, Gold, Graphite, and Silver. But I must say, Sierra Blue, man.
That's it for today's video, guys. If you want to like, comment, subscribe, and please leave that notification bell run. That would be fantastic.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
That stay tuned.
Stay tuned for what? Okay, stay tuned for an upcoming unboxing video.
This Friday, stay tuned. It's gonna be quite the day.
We'll catch you on Leaf Season. Peace!